Hello there, I'm Flamewizo, welcome to my channel. I haven't officially introduced myself yet. I am interested in photography and I have done a few videos through my channel which you may be interested in looking at later. I am also interested in many tabletop games including Dungeons and Dragons and Magic the Gathering, and I was interested in Vanguard for a short while, which I may go back to at some point. But today I am talking about Magic the Gathering. The new deck of Shadows over Innistrad has been a rather interesting deck to look into. I haven't done Magic for quite some time, so having restarted on that has been rather interesting. Anyway, with Shadows over Innistrad, it's mainly based around vampires, zombies, and angels, and various undead creatures. Which is rather interesting. It's quite some fantastic art in there, which is what attracted me to Magic the Gathering in the first place. I've recently picked up a few bits. I went to a pre-release, and the pre-release was pretty epic. It's the first pre-release I'd ever done. It was a midnight one, so pretty tiring, but enjoyed it. I picked up my own little pre-release deck, which I may go through at a later date, and that was a really good experience. And if you haven't done that before, it's worth doing. You get some interesting insights. I think they only have a selection of so many cards from the set in the beginning, and it's just really interesting. I met new people, and it just inspired me to play even more Magic. I've also recently picked up a intro deck. Obviously, it's only just been released at the weekend past. I may go through that a little bit later, if it doesn't run on too long. But my main thing for today is a fat pack. Now, I've seen this done before, and I thought maybe I'd give it a shot and see if you guys like it. So here we go. Here's our fat pack. I've just picked that up, came in today. Really interested in seeing how that comes out. There are 9 booster packs in here, a dice, and some various other things. Got basic lands and 2 deck boxes, so should be quite interesting to see what we have there. Anyway, suppose we better get started. So here we go. I shall start opening this with my trusty knife. It's that will help me get this open because they're damn buggers to sort out. Right, well, where shall I start? Let's go through here. Right. Should be quite interesting to see what's in here. I've never actually done a opening of boosters or fat packs or anything on my YouTube. It's quite new to me. I think I've mentioned that earlier. So here goes. Let's see what we can do. So we find anything interesting. There might be some really good cards in here, or I might be just hoping. You've got your little booklet, player's guide, in there. I think most fat packs come with one of those. It's pretty interesting. I think yeah, that's it. It states the majority of the cards, if not all of the cards, you can get in the set, and that will be pretty interesting. Look through later. I'll leave that to the side here for a second. All right. Okay. So, I suppose we better get started on this. I'm quite excited. Let's see what we can do here. As I said, it should be pretty interesting. Alright, that's my 2 deck boxes. They're pretty cool, actually. I'll get used to putting those together a bit later. Ah, amazing! I've got green dice. I haven't got green dice yet, so that's going to be nice to add to my collection. And see what we can pull out of the bag, so to speak. Leave those guys there for a bit. There's green dice. As you see, I've already got the blue and red dice. Right, that's cool. Let's see what we can pull today. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 here. That's just your reference card. I think you get that in most of your kind of intro packs and things like that. Leave that there for a minute. Let's see what we've got. I love the art on these things. I mean, this is what attracted me to Magic in the first place. It's all these kind of artistic things. I love it. And let's see what we have here. Nothing too impressive, I don't think, today. We've got, what's this one? Oh, I've got Werewolf. So he's, you know, it's a flip card. He might be useful in a good deck. I'm planning on building a Werewolf and human deck. See how that goes. That's not so bad. There's your sort of extra things. Innistrad's got these clue cards. Clue cards are, I believe, they're a new thing. Basically, some cards say that by doing certain things, you can put a clue card on the desk or table in front of you, which means that at any time that is on there, you'll be able to discard it, and you can pick up 2 cards from your set, which could be quite useful if you're struggling a little bit in some of the matches. Let's see what we've got here. We've got Avacyn's Judgment. It's not bad actually. If you pay by its madness cost, which means that you discard the card, discard it into your exile. So you basically have got an ability that can exile the card, exile this one, and then the cost is slightly different. Basically, you can tap whatever you want to under X, and whatever amount you have tapped, you can then split that damage, divided among any number of target creatures and or players. So if that's pretty good all arounder, really. Don't know if you can see that very well. There we go. It's not particularly clear, but it's, you know, at least you can sort of see it. Should be pretty interesting to put into a deck. I'm probably going to go into my Fire and Werewolf deck, that one. Other than that, I don't think we've got too much decent stuff in this one. Right, well that's the first lot. I'm going to just sort these guys out quickly. So we stick the regulars, the commons, and the uncommons. I think that's how I'm going to separate it. Yep, that's how I'm going to do it. And then I'll go through them a bit later. Right, that's the first one done. See what else we got here. See if I can pick up something really cool. It'd be nice to get a shiny. If I don't get a shiny, hey, luck of the draw. But we shall see. See, you got anything? Oh, I love the vampire art. It's pretty epic. Part of the reasons why I went for Innistrad, actually. That's why I started now, because of the decent cards that seem to be coming out. Oh, I've got Nephilian Moondrake. That sounds like a useful card. So I don't know if that's going to be any good, but we can only hope. Uninvited Geist. Oh, yep, I've had one of these. I got one of these in my my pre-release pack. It's actually quite a useful skill card. Yep, one of those ones that it's only free, but it's once it gets flipped, it's unblockable, which is really cool. Not a bad little card, but probably not the best. Just have to see how it goes. Stick these guys here. Ongoing investigation. My uncommons, Trail of Evidence, could be interesting. And Gisa Bidding. I've got a few uncommons in that one actually. That's not a bad pull. I don't know how good these really are, but let me know if you're keen on Magic. Might be able to see what we can do with them. What have we done with that one? There he is. Okay. I've got another clue card. Each of the clue cards are a bit different, so that's kind of cool. Right, stick those guys there for a minute. I'll do this in a minute. Right, next one. Let's see what we got on this one. If there's any useful ones in here, you know, we never know. That's the beauty of Magic. You'd never really know what you're going to get. Angel token, that's not bad. Probably going to need one of those at some point. Oh, I've got the Westvale Abbey. I actually pulled one of these guys in my intro pack as well, my pre-release pack as well. So, actually, not a bad card. Really, really useful. It's a pretty powerful card, and considering I've got 2 of these now, I may have to consider using them. Really good card. Used it in my pre-release. It had its good uses. I have picked up an Inexorable Blob. Ah, that's useful. If there are 4 or more card types among your cards in the graveyard, you can put a free green ooze creature token onto battlefield. So that might be quite useful at like a last-minute pull. Not a bomb, obviously, but useful enough. I picked up, there's another werewolf which I want to be using at some point. I do like the werewolves, and I do love the vampires. I think I'm going to try and build a black and green deck with a touch of fire. So that'd be quite interesting, I think. Olivia's Bloodsworn, so it's only uncommon, but it might be useful. Don't know yet. I'll have to have a deeper look into it later. Other than that, not a lot here. No, not a lot there. That's going to be particularly useful. I've got one there, Storm Rider, pretty costly, but he can be cast as an instant, so maybe he could be used. Don't know really. We'll have to have a think about that. Don't think there's anything else. Vessel of Malignity. Malignity. That I did use one of these in my pre-release pack deck. It's all right. It's not too bad. Not the best choice for my pre-release because I need more creatures, but it had its uses where I needed them. Right, on to the next one. I love the art on the packets. All the packets. It doesn't matter which sets they are, but I like the majority of the different things they have on them. I think it makes it a bit funky and enjoyable. You look at it and just sort of think, ooh, I wonder what's in this one. Go for it and see what happens. Let's see what we've got in here. Got Olivia's Bloodworm again. This is quite a useful one. It's only an uncommon, but gives you a +1 and a lifelink ability. So yeah, it's kind of cool. Not the best, but cool enough. Artifact equipment +2/+2. That's not bad. What we got here? We got a Cursed Witch. That might be useful. I do like the flip cards. When I used to play Magic, it's been a long time, we didn't used to have the flip cards, so that's quite a new system for me, and I quite like that. A bit different. Quite unique. Got another clue card, another art. They're still, you know, they're not overly impressive. There's nothing, you know, but the fact is they've got new art to them, and I quite like that. That's my, so I've got the, oh, that's not a bad one. I've got a gold, or rare equipment, Slayer's Plate. Equipped creature gets +4/+2. Whenever equipped creature dies, if it was human, put a 1/1 white spirit creature token onto the battlefield. So that's not actually a bad card. It may be useful in one of my bigger decks, maybe Commander. When I start building that, I still haven't done one of those, but I shall do. Yeah, nothing too impressive there, really. So we'll see how it goes and keep going. I'm quite excited to see what else I've got in here. Lots of interesting things already. Just Not exactly what I need at the moment, but we shall see what happens. Let's give this a go. Toughest champion. Not one that I've seen yet. That's not a bad one if you're going with humans. If you bring him in, he gives you +1/+1 on all the humans you control. And whenever another human enters the battlefield under the control, put a +1/+1. So it's not a bad card actually. That could be quite useful. It's cheap on the mana costs. So maybe really useful in the deck that I'm looking for. Looks like I could be using that one. Shall see. Got another clue of a different art again. Pretty cool. Just a mountain. I've picked up one of these guys already in my pre-release pack. He is a werewolf. Pretty cool art, but not particularly. Well, he's got reasonable strength, but he's not the best yet. But he will probably be going into my my werewolf and human deck. Other than that, I don't think there's a lot here. Again, I'm quite new to this, so if there are things in here which are really good cards, do let me know in the comments. There we go. Let's see what happens there. Yeah, I mean, Innistrad, Shadows of Innistrad is a really cool deck. I think it's got some really epic things in it, which will eventually become really good. Looking for a few decent ones at the moment, which I haven't yet got, but we shall have to keep going. Well, that's the first lot done. We haven't got too much, but I'm quite pleased to get another one of these guys. They're quite useful and quite worthwhile now. Quite definitely something people want in their deck. Right. Stick those guys here for a minute. I shall go on to the last 4 packs and see what we've got there. There's your lands. I think it's 60 lands. Let me just check that. I think it's 60. Oh, here we go. Found it. Oh, sorry, 70 cards for basic lands. So that's really useful because you're always needing lands. I've got quite a few here. I love some of the art, the new art on some of the cards. Yeah, this one's pretty cool. But yeah, as they are, obviously just lands. So we just have to see how it goes. Right, I'll be looking for those a bit later. I'll add this one to it, which I pulled just now. Leave that over there. Right, on to the last 4 and see what we get out of this. See if we can get lucky. Fingers crossed. Again, some pretty cool art. I do love the art in these guys. As I said, it's the main reason I started back on Magic anyway. I started Magic probably when I was about 10, 11, probably a bit younger. Oh, this one's quite good. I like this one. It's a useful card. Not overly powerful, but if you get it cast into madness, it can be really useful. Which I found out at one of my games recently. Let's see what we've got here. Don't know if they've got anything. There's not a bad card. Open the armory. You can search your deck for aura equipment. or equipment card, or equipment. So that could be quite useful, especially if you're struggling a bit. What we got here? Engulf the Shore. That's not a bad card at all, actually. At return their owner's hands, all creatures with toughness less than or equal to the number of islands you control. So that would probably be classed as a bomb card. It returns all their creatures to their hand. Doesn't get rid of them, but it at least gets in the way of them trying to take you out, essentially. Got another flip card, Daring Sleuth, a bearer of the overwhelming truths. Seems alright. Probably not one that I'm going to use. I could be wrong. I might go to a thing and suddenly go, oh, that's a really good card. Another clue card, same art. We've got this guy. At the beginning of your upkeep, if you control 4 or more creatures, transform Militia Captain. Well, this one's really useful. So if you are running with maybe a token deck and you can get out a lot of creatures at the same time, you can transform him, and depending on how many creatures you have in play will determine his toughness. So I reckon he's probably going to be quite a useful card in the deck. Probably mid to late game, and maybe a good pull out at the end. And at the beginning of your end step, put a 1/1 white and black human cleric creature token onto the battlefield. So each time you get to your end step, you get to put out a creature token as well. So actually, that's a really, really good card. Probably worth keeping and playing. Yeah, that's a good one. I think that's a good one. It's not shiny, but it's good nonetheless. Let's see what else we got here. No, most of them are sort of commons with not a lot going for them. I don't think there's a lot in there for it. Let's take that guy there. 3 more to go. Let's see what happens. Quite excited now, getting near the end. Maybe I'll put out something. If not, hey, got that guy already. Oh, that's not a bad. It's quite expensive, but it's pretty powerful. But he is a bit. He can only attack on a when you've cast a non-creature spell. So yeah, he's a bit touch and go, really. If your deck is strong with sorceries and various things like that, then maybe quite useful. But other than that, I don't think it's going to be that valuable. We'll see. We'll see. It's still a new deck, still getting used to it. I picked this guy up in my pre-release. I think his art is pretty epic. I think it might be one of the first few cards I picked up, and I just looked at it in awe and wished that I could draw that well. No, nothing pretty impressive there. No, got most of those already. This guy's not too bad. When he goes into the battlefield, you can put a 2/2 black zombie on play, so it's not a bad little thing to be playing with. Oh, this one's pretty good as well. 7/7. Morkrut Necropod. Sounds pretty funky. It can't be blocked, it has menace, so it has to be, well, it has to be blocked by 2 or more creatures, so it can be blocked, but it can't be blocked by 1 creature. There is a slight catch to him. His attacks, if he decides to attack or block, you have to sacrifice another creature or land, so again, it's a little bit touch and go. Could be worse. Maybe useful, depends on the deck you're going for. Sorcery, it's a 2/2 black zombie creature. Useful if you're going to be using that card. hand their militant captain. If you're using him, it could be quite useful. This is a pretty good one, pretty expensive, but if you're really struggling, maybe you're a bit tight on your hand, it actually allows you to go through your deck. You have to discard your hand and then search your library for 3 cards and put those cards into your hand, then shuffle your library. It is a legendary, so it's not a bad card to have. A little bit costly maybe, but not bad, not bad. Oh, I have a shiny. He's it's not the most impressive, he's an uncommon, but at least it's a shiny. I've got something. Not a bad card to hold. Oh, and whenever you cast a non-creature spell, he gains indestructible until end of turn. So actually, that's pretty good. So if you're attacking, fire away. Good idea. Got another spirit there. Oh no, that was an angel I had earlier. I got a spirit one. So yeah, do need more tokens. Always short on tokens. Ooh. Got a artifact flip card. When it's equipped, the creature transforms. Transform to Heirloom, Ash Month Blade. The equipped creature gets +3/+3 and has first strike. So that's actually a pretty decent card. Only costs 1, so you're doing all good. Right, it says when a equipped creature transforms, transform neglect. Right, okay. So this is going to be a useful card for one of the other flip cards. If you're using it for this guy, for example, you could combine the 2 as soon as he flips. This one flips and gives a +3/+3 and has first strike. So yeah, it's a good card to have in your deck. It is a uncommon, but a useful one at that. Right, 2 more to go. Down to the last 2. See how it goes. See if I can pull out anything else that might just like shout at me. Who knows? Could be lucky, might not be. Don't think there's too much here at the moment. Oh, that's not a bad one. A little bit costly maybe, but he does have madness, so he can be, if he's discarding an exile, it would cost you a lot less, which would actually be a good. Plus, it's a 4/3, so probably one worth just putting into exile and bringing back into play at a cheaper rate. Not the best, but not bad. Here you go. This one would be quite good. It's a little bit costly, but you can put 4 1/1 red devils into play on the battlefield. They have, when this creature dies, it deals 1 damage to target creature or player. So it's not a bad card to have again. It is a rare, so maybe another one that might be popping into my next deck creation. No, not a lot else in there really. Another land. Another werewolf, so if you're doing a werewolf deck, this guy might be useful. He's quite powerful. It is one that you have to sort of play tactically, because it's if no spells are cast last turn, transform, and then the next one is if a player casts 2 or more spells last turn and you have to transform him back. So it is a little bit double-edged sword. He's pretty powerful, a good strong monster, but probably sort of mid to late game play on that one. This guy's alright. Paranoid Parish Blade. Delirium. If I have 4 more cards, it's the of different types among my graveyard, I could use this guy, but it's not overly impressive. Sort of have to see how that goes. Right, very last one then. See what this does. Don't think there's any cards in here. Right, let's stick that in there. Last one. very last pack. To sort of see what happens here. Am I going to get lucky? Probably not, but I might. Again, really cool art. Not a bad card actually. A decent card to have in a strong defensive deck. Land, creature, human scout, stoic builder. That's not a bad one actually. I picked up a couple of this guy. Might put him into my vampire werewolf deck. Human werewolf deck. Because when he comes into play, you can pull out a card from your graveyard and put it back into your hands. So. Well, target land, so if you've had land destroyed, so yeah, it's a bit of a... not epic, but not bad. It's not a bad little card, quite cheap. Quite cheap. You could discard a card or you can pay an extra 5 land for it. I mean, the better option is discarding, but the Lightning Axe deals 5 damage to target creature, so that's not actually a bad card to have a hold of. Might knock out some of these stronger creatures, which you put up against. Veteran Cuther. Target human gains double strike until end of the turn. Yeah. That's an ability, best to play that with the planes. Probably not a good card for the deck I'm looking to build. Let's see what else we got here. Stone Quarry. So again, it's alright, might be useful on a sort of mixed deck. There's a little devil token card. Let's stick that in there. Stick that in there. That's not a bad little card. It's only an uncommon, but it's pretty powerful in its strength and stuff. Put top card of your library into your graveyard if it's an instant or sorcery card, transform aberration. So it's not a bad one to go for. When he transforms, he gets flying, so useful, but maybe not what I'm looking for at the moment. To the Slaughter is a gold. I have got one of these. I got one of these in my pre-release pack. Again, it's all right. It's not too bad. Quite useful at times. Right, yeah. So it's not bad pull. Pulling up the best that I could have done. No, it should be pretty interesting. I think at the end of the day. Plenty more cards to play with. Got plenty of decks to build anyway. Yeah, so that's not bad really. Go through my rares again. See what we got there. So first one is To the Slaughter. It's not a bad card to play around with. You got Devil's Playground. That's the one that puts those 1/1 devil creatures on. Useful card. A little bit expensive, but useful. This one's pretty cool. It's a hand there, a militant captain, and they transform into Westvale Cult Leader, which is actually a really good card. I think that's going to be quite useful and will be going into one of my decks. You got Engulf the Shores, return to owner's hand, all creatures with toughness less than. That's not a bad card to have a hold of. I'm not looking at a water deck at the moment, but not a bad card to deal with. Thalia's Lieutenant, not a bad card again. That's the one that you put on and he gives a +1/+1 to all the creatures that are human. And vice versa, if a human is played, he gets a +1/+1. So useful tactical card if played in the right way. The equipment, a quick creature gets +4/+2, and whenever a equipped creature dies, if it was human, put a 1/1 white spirit creature. Not a bad card again. So if your creature dies, although it weakens the creature, your attack even. Although it weakens your attack, it still gives you that little bit of sort of fleshy defense. And you got the Inexorable Blob, and that was quite good. If you've got the 4 cards in your graveyard that are of different types, then this one allows you to put a 3/3 green ooze onto the play or battlefield. It's not a bad little card, could be quite useful. Obviously, Westervale Abbey is probably one of the better cards in this deck. Wish it'd been shiny, but you know, you can't get everything. When you transform it, it comes 9/7, has lifelink, flying, indestructible, and haste. So very, very good card if you can play it in time. Then we've got Nephalia Moondrake, which is a flying. When Nephalia Moondrake enters the battlefield, target creature gains flying until end of turn. If you pay 4 and 2 waters, you can exile Nephalia Moondrake from your graveyard. Creature you control gain flying until end of turn. It's alright, probably not the best card, but maybe useful in a creature-based deck. If you need extra call it fleshiness to defend yourself with. And the sorcery was Afasin's Judgment, Madness X. That's the one that deals damage that divided as you choose among those creatures and or players. Useful card if you're looking for a bit of a bomb. Just tap, say you got like 10 lands in, you tap your 10 lands and he ends up being a 10/10. And you, well, you can cast 10/10, split any way you like, so you could take out several creatures with that, depending on what you're looking to do. My legendary one, discard your hand, search your library for 3 cards and put those cards into your hand and shuffle your library. Again, not a bad card. Probably better in a tactical deck, but we shall see. And at least I got 1 shiny. It may not be the most impressive shiny, but I got 1. So it's a good start. Anyway, thank you for watching and listening to me ramble on about my Magic the Gathering. And you shall see how it all plays out later. I may do a separate video going through the intro deck. It might be some of you might be interested to see what's in it. It's a water and forest deck, so it should be interesting to play. Right, thank you very much. I'm Flamewizo, and see you later.